Yes, welcome back, friends. Shout out to Jerry, When the Buildings Cried channel. Shout out to Derek, Spartan Red channel. The links to the channels will be down below, as always, in all my videos in the description. So please check them out. So, yes, let's take a look at Italy. I found some pictures from there. Old brick constructions that have been blasted into shit. Many of them. Some of them are still in a little bit good condition, but many of them are totally blasted, and I will show you. Like this. Okay, so what you see here first, you can notice the cracks. A big crack here, and this is maybe just crack in the exterior concrete finish on the outside of the bricks. And here you see the red bricks in the arch. But what you see, I zoom in, or a little not too sharp picture. You see all the stones and blocks all over the place. Here we got big stones. It's the same in all pictures, how they turn more white, and they want to turn into blocks. If the heat was here long enough, all of this would have been big blocks, but the heat got away too fast, so it didn't happen. And you can also see inside here, this arch, if this is a entrance, this one too, supposed to be something inside there, looks open there. So like all the bricks, the walls are very thick, you know, so the bricks must have expanded out and closed this off. This one too. I would believe something like that happened. But you can see all the stones, and this one up above here managed to do better. Looks like you can see some red up here on the top, but you still see it. It became stones, and all the color got cooked out. The carbon 14, the red color. You can still see the red here. This one not so red. And this is inside some cave. They call it cave. And first thing I noticed, just take a look here, looks like bricks there, and you see the brick lines, horizontal lines. So this is bricks, melted bricks, you see them here too, a little bad lighting there. These have been fixed, here you see them, the lines, brick lines. All this is inside. Here you can see bricks. It looks like this is inside one of those melted buildings. And the brain dead fucks call them caves, natural caves and shit. But if you're not brain dead like them, you can see this is a building, or it was a building. Now it's devastated. And fuck, scroll, piece of shit. And here you can see all those arches all over the place. And again, the brain dead fucks, they say natural caves. So they used like to hide in as cavemen and all that shit. But all this was a building, and it melted down here. And somehow some of the openings still is visible. So this was like windows and shit in a building, a big building. Here you can see brick lines. And up there you can see some. So all of this you can see in this picture was a building. Like I tried to explain for some time now. Here is maybe some doors and openings here all over the place. This ain't like natural caves. You gotta be fucking brain dead to think something like that. It was a building, okay. Building. And here all of those pictures is from Italy, just to mention that, around the place. I don't care too much where in Italy, just from that nation. And you can see here clearly the blocks. You get these bigger blocks here. Down here you have one. There you have. And there. All over the fucking place. You can see it if you're not blind. But you also see all the way to the right. You can see the red bricks still are there. And some in between here and there. All over the wall here. Okay, so I will tell you it again. They didn't fucking build it like this. Okay? Use blocks and stones and some bricks. It was all bricks, but it got hit by the X Factor event. So they melted together. And the carbon-14 got cooked out. So they turned mostly white, as you can see here. The longer they cooked, the whiter they got. All red bricks all over the place. This one totally devastated. Destroyed. This is a destroyed building. Okay? You need to understand that. Here by the door too, you can see the bricks. And around this window. This, some of this might have been repaired like this. I don't know. Or it just managed to be untouched for some reason. No idea. It looks new. But yeah, destroyed. And here, this is inside, I think it was one of the, what do you call them, Colosseums? Whatever they are. We are told they are like for gladiator fighting and shit, but I have heard other theories, like they are some kind of aquatech or something. I don't know, but they might also be like a circus. I have no idea. But you can notice here the damage, the melting here on those. Totally fucked up. And you can see some of the bricks here. Some of them are red, some of them are not red anymore. Here you can see bricks. Look at the heat damage here. All fucked up. More bricks here. Melted. And up here you get more this color here, more red. And looks like heat came from the top too and turned it into blocks at the top, as you can see here. So yeah, the heat came from the bottom and also the ceiling for some reason. I don't know how or why, but that's what happened because that's what we can see here. This is the evidence I'm trying to show you. And here, what you see here again in the arches is bricks, still kind of bricky. They lost the color, but the shape is okay mostly. Here you can see, why would they build an arch like this? They go brick, 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 and they are like, ah fuck, we put stones here. And then they go brick, brick, brick. And here too, bricks, stones, a little brick and stone. And here, it is more stones. You can see here, they are starting to melt here. Those bricks are starting to melt and turn into stones. And here, they are melting. Why the fuck would they build like that? And here, it's all melted. This was bricks all the way down. So this is turning into a soup here. And here, same thing. All over this is melting together now. This is getting very, very hot. Blasted and fucked up. So yeah, there you can see a little bit of red in there. Tiny bit there. And up. Can we see something more fun? Blasted to shit here. Looks like the blocks are they're turned into stone, but they're getting swollen, maybe popcorning out here. Look at damage here on the corner. All stone. All destroyed. Yep, and we go next. So inside here I just wanted to show you again this, and this is just concrete molds, okay? You can see they are identical. They just pour the concrete in a mold and they wait, it hardens up, and bam, you have this one. this statue thing. And then they place it here and attach it to the wall, and voila, then you have this artwork. It's not fucking carved out from granite or whatever. Some of those turn into granite by the X Factor event. Granite didn't even exist before the event. So this is just molds. Okay, that's something you need to learn too, because you will see the world differently when you look at old buildings and shit. Yes, I believe this may have been in Pompeii, Italy. And what you can see here is very melting here in the foreground. And here it's getting blocky to the right. And here, turning blocks, stones melting here. But here you can see the bricks. And there you can see the red bricks. And here. Okay, so some of them are getting into big red blocks. Here it's all stones. And all stones and blocks here. You see those big blocks up here. You just need to understand they didn't build by all kinds of different materials. It's very easy to see when you examine these pictures here. See some red here. They built every fucking thing with those red bricks. All of it. The whole old world was built by these goddamn bricks, okay? But they went to turn it into this shit. So, yeah, here you can see the stone starting to melt together. And this would have turned into a block. It's good evidence here. You can see that it's still not finished, cooked completely together yet. You can see it's like separated stones, but they are melting together. Here you can see melting. Just look at the damage. All this was red bricks. And we go here. And in this I wanted to show you this block here. You see this one? Can you also see the same thing? It's more small stones here getting ready to melt together and become a smooth block like this one. This one is pretty much finished, but this one is not. So the blocks are, the stones are starting to melt together here, form a big nice block like this one, and this got melted here. You can see it here too. Many of those. Here it's smaller stones. This would have been a perfect block. And this was also red bricks. Once upon a time. And here I need to show you, you see these columns? Do you see the hidden bricks underneath this layer of concrete molding? That's also very important, because in some places in the world you can see like fucking enormous columns. And they look like one piece, because before the heat damage, this you wouldn't have seen these lines here, like this, what the fuck is it called? It looks like it's put together by 3 pieces here. What is it called? Yeah, you know the fucking line here? You wouldn't have seen that, because they would have fixed that with a concrete exterior finish. So it looks like one piece, and some of them are like fucking huge. But they are all red bricks, just covered by concrete molds. Exterior finish, okay? You see it here all over the place. I have more pictures coming later to show you more evidence. So yeah, you can see in the foreground, all turning into stones. Some small, some big ones. But here you can see it's getting really blocky. Look at these big fucking blocks. Just look at this shit. This was all red bricks. This one is popping out here. All big blocks. And here, totally fucking destroyed. Nothing goddamn left here almost. Stones here. And blocks. Anything more? Oh, a bird is living here. It's a nice location. And fuck, I need to do that. Okay, so here again, you see those stones. More stones all over the place. This one got pretty blasted. Looks like they built it by stone, but they did not. Okay. So here you see one of the columns too, but it's not covered by the concrete. So it's just red bricks. And up here you have some red bricks also, which is the evidence that all of this shit was built by those bricks. This one didn't get hit too much, so they managed to stay as bricks, but this part did not. This got fucked up. Look here, forming holes here. This got cooked together into a block. Inside here, totally fucked up. Yeah. So we go to the next. Yep. So here you can also see the same. Just have to repeat it so you can get it inside your head. And that's meant to the dumb fucks, not you, who understand and see what I see and what Jerry sees and what Derek sees. But to the dumb fucks, we need to repeat ourselves, because that's how they got brainwashed to begin with. It was repeated, and bam, they started to believe it. So we have to do the same to deprogram them. So yeah. Here you see some of the red bricks, and here you see them. But up here, you don't. Because they turn into stones. And some blocks here. You see the size here on one of the bricks. And you see the size of the blocks. Because the bricks melt together and form these blocks. Okay? So here you get little red, more stones. And here you get more blocks. Bricks, blocks, bricks, blocks, bricks. All the way. It's very... like it comes in layers, the heat. A heat band of layers here. It's very weird phenomena, but that's what happened. Do you think they would build like that? This is all heat damaged. All of this shit. Here is more bricks, and this one is fucked up. All this turned into stones. And this here looks like it was repaired in more recent times. They put some concrete on the outside. Looks like pretty new. Maybe it started to collapse or something here. The stone started to fall. I don't know. And again, you see it like this bricks here, and the blocks and stones. You see it like it's how it's layered here, second each layer. Just the same as the previous picture. And here you see the same on this, and there you see it. Yeah, this turned into that shit. All this shit got completely fucked up. But here we see the red bricks again, so that's because it was all built by red bricks. Next, yes. So here you see some columns again. Some of them are very broken, but you can see here clearly the bricks and the exterior concrete mold finish on the outside. On this one too, some of it broke off on the top and the bottom, but it revealed the bricks below it, beneath it, under it, whatever. All this fucked up. All this shit. All this was red bricks. I don't understand the scrolling here. So yes, here you see at the bottom, it looks like it's pretty blocky down here. But you go up a little bit and you see what? Red bricks. And some blocks want to form here, it looks like. And this looks like red concrete finish on the outside, or painted. Okay, it's just the concrete finish, but I painted it red, I think. You can see it here. Must have been painted. But here is more red bricks. And blocks at the bottom. And here you can see it once again. Bricks. But this is stone. Here is a bigger one. Stones. Some blocks here. Here is bigger blocks. Big stone there. Look at the holes here. When it was viscous. Look at this damage. So yeah, this was also all red bricks, but they got cooked into these blocks and stones here. There is a big block. Yep, and let's examine this one. So what you can see here is all this turned into gray stones and blocks. You see it? All this. And then at the bottom it's more smaller stones inside here. And here, smaller stones. Looks like this got more cooked from the top and cooked it into blocks. And here they only became like small stones. They didn't turn into blocks yet. Some of them did. Down here you can see. And this one got pretty messed up over here. This one looks very nice up to except for the bottom here. And it lost its red color. Here you can see the bricks getting swollen, or the blocks start to pop out from the wall. All blocky here. Yep. Fuck, it doesn't want to scroll. Yes. And the Leaning Tower of Pisa looks in pretty good condition, but the thing that happened here was the ground started to melt. So it started to lean to the from this direction to the right. As you can see, it's not straight. You can see compared to this is straight, this is not. Because the ground become like fluid, so it started to lean and tilt, but then the ground got solid again, so it stopped. Otherwise it would have tipped over, but it got solid before that happened, so now it's like the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Pizza, not pizza, Pisa. And here you can see, looks like some blocks and some very big variation in color here on all this, all over it, and the same behind these columns. But it looks pretty nice. This was some kind of device, I think. They didn't build it just for fun. A doorway, red bricks and blocks, stones around it. Here you see the columns again. They are all bricks, but the exterior concrete finish was destroyed, cooked off, or destroyed by the time. And you can see the melting here, the melting here. If you got ice, you can see like this is heat damaged. They will melt together and form the blocks. Okay, so we go on. Also Italy, and I just noticed this looks very melted to me. If you can see here in the corner, all this shit was melted. Looks heat damage here too. But not so much up here on the top. They had beautiful fountains and water systems flowing through the cities, and yeah, it was so beautiful, the old world. I have examined and researched so much now that I can almost picture it in my head, how it looked like a fucking fantasy world. So here you see something weird, because you can see like this is the red bricks doing all kinds of shit. I don't know why this happened, but just look at this shit. Looks like a fucking lightning. But you can see the bigger blocks here at the bottom, and over here, big blocks. The ground is completely fucked up. This turned into stones, completely fucked up. And here, nothing left, just some destroyed red bricks. So you get the stones, missing a lot of walls and roofs, and all of this. It looks fucking bombed to me. But it might have been the X Factor event, who knows. But you still see the red bricks here. So that's the evidence again. Here you see more. Okay, so all of this shit was, you can still see those bricks here. Do you think they built it like this on purpose? Blocks, stones, some red bricks in a weird pattern up here. You can still see some of the red here. All this turned into stones. Completely fucking destroyed. Use your eyes, okay? So here you can see Blocky. All the way here. And the roof turned all into stones. Blocky, 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 blocky. Is this like a fucking... This is a door, I think, or like a... Whatever the fuck that's called. Like you see, I think it's an opening here. Or is it a block? I don't know. I think it's like this one. Just to put this over it. I don't know. Okay, so here you can see, I think it's Pompeii 2. You see the red bricks. And here it's stones. And there it's more red bricks there and some blocks. And the same thing here. All over the place. So please just start to see now, okay? All this mixed kind of stones. Why the fuck would I do that? Instead of just use bricks all the way, like they did here. You can see they're destroyed, but like on this one too, all bricks, all bricks. Here, we are putting stones here because we are so retarded. Do you think they were doing that? No. Fuck off with that. Oh, on the top too. Need to show you the top. Turn it to stone. Heat came from the top here too. Look how destroyed this shit is. And I will show you this. You see the blocks here in the foreground, smaller blocks, and still the red bricks in the arches, as you very often see. Here is more red. Arches managed to survive. Here is some columns, more columns in the red, but stones and blocks all over the place. All of this was red bricks. All. And here I want to show you again just the columns. Here they create the pattern. You can see like they lay them in a specific way, so you get like these grooves here. And then in the background you can see they cover it with concrete molds, and bam, you get this. Looks like a fucking big carved column, but it's not. It was built like this. You can see here. Some of the bricks are exposed here, okay? This is very good evidence. Here they start to fall off too, and you will see the red bricks soon. And here you see the bricks fucked up, and here very fucked up, turn into stones. Columns here managed to do pretty well. Here we got the concrete molds, this one too. Yeah, so just notice those columns. It's not one piece, it's like thousands of pieces by these fucking bricks. So if it wants to scroll, yes. Here is this weird thing again. How the bricks are here and then they turn it to block. Like, just notice. Happened on all of this shit. Look how melty that shit is. Fuck. And how blocky that shit is. Holy fuck. Big blocks here. Melted to shit here. And those got cooked good. Those smaller blocks. But the bricks did not get too cooked. They look a little flat, but like pancakes. But they're still... You can still recognize them as being bricks. So here it got turned into all stones. Here you see the same. The layers. Same thing. Weird shit, Stones. Arch did not survive too well here. You can see all of those wall things have like those layers, second each. Yeah, so this looks melted from the top too. We move on to the next. Here you see a lot of red and a lot of stone. Stones and blocks, but red bricks. Here you see it, here all over the place. Columns managed to do it fine. This one looks pretty much, you can see here, this one pretty much as one piece. But then you have this one, you see like the separated layers here. The concrete mold started to like crack or something, separate. So you can see like those lines here, but this one just a tiny bit here. So they used to look like one piece like this one. And Brain Dead Fox, I think they carved it out from stone and put this thing on many tons up, like no problem. But no, it was all red bricks. Look at the damage here. Look here, cooked into shit. All this getting cooked here into a soup. But the bricks here did not. So we scroll and here you see big blocks, and just notice the coloration here. The color, can't you just think that this might have been some heat? Doesn't it look like burnt, scorched, hot, like a fucking fire was here or something? So yeah, big blocks all over the place here. Big blocks, and back there is stones, and there back in the background a melted building coming down towards us. Scroll, you piece of shit. Here you can see more clearly how they laid the bricks and created this pattern, these grooves in all these columns. And here you can see some still survived somehow, a little bit. Okay, they are destroyed, but you can still see the concrete molding on the outside. Those used to be like this. Here you see it too, the grooves inside. That's because it was all red bricks like this. Okay, this is the evidence you need. So now you know what the columns are. Those big fucking columns. This one looks like one piece. This one blasted. Here is a statue thing. Here you get some melting here. It was covered by the exterior concrete finish here, I think, and it's starting to melt, and the bricks under it turn into stones. 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 Total destruction. Holy fuck. More statues. Wanna see those? He lost his head. Poor man. Scroll, you piece of fucking Microsoft. Oh, maybe it was my bad because it was the last picture. Ah, okay. So that was a little bit of Italy, the home of the pizza, and yeah. So I hope you enjoyed. Please subscribe, please like, hit the bell, and don't forget the stream tomorrow, Wednesday at noon Mountain Time at Jerry's channel, When the Buildings Cried. Link below. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Bye bye.